Have you ever wondered what's actually happening when you wash your hands? It feels simple, right? A bit of soap, some water, a quick rinse, and you're done. But there's some incredible science going on at a microscopic level every single time you lather up. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of soap and uncover how this everyday item is a superhero in the fight against germs. So, let's start with the basics. Our hands are constantly touching things: doorknobs, phones, keyboards. You name it. And all these surfaces are covered in microscopic stuff, dirt, oils, and yes, tiny living organisms like bacteria and viruses. Some of these are harmless, but others can make us sick. Water alone isn't very good at getting rid of them. Have you ever tried to wash greasy hands with just water? It doesn't work well, does it? The grease just smears around. That's because water and oil don't mix. They're like two people at a party who refuse to talk to each other. This is where soap comes into play, the role of the ultimate party planner, bringing everyone together. To understand how, we need to look at a soap molecule. It's a very special kind of molecule with a dual personality. Imagine a tiny little pin. It has a head and a tail. The head part loves water. It's hydrophilic, which literally means water-loving. The tail part, on the other hand, hates water but loves oils and fats. It's hydrophobic, meaning water-fearing. So, when you introduce soap to water and the grime on your hands, these little soap molecules get to work. The water-fearing tails immediately try to get away from the water. And what's the best hiding place? The oils, grease, and germs on your skin. The tails burrow into these tiny droplets of grime, grabbing onto them. Now you have all these soap molecules with their tails stuck in the grime and their water-loving heads sticking out. As you rub your hands together, you're helping this process along, breaking up the bigger patches of dirt and oil into smaller and smaller pieces. All these little grime droplets are now completely surrounded by soap molecules, forming tiny spheres called micelles. The oily dirt is trapped on the inside, and the outside of the sphere is covered with the water-loving heads. This is the magic moment. Because the outside of these micelles loves water, they are no longer stuck to your skin. When you rinse your hands under running water, the water molecules grab onto the water-loving heads of the micelles and just wash them away, carrying all the trapped dirt, grease, and germs down the drain with them. It's like a microscopic cleanup crew packaging up the trash and escorting it off your property. But wait, there's more. Soap is not just a bouncer that kicks germs out. For some types of germs, like certain bacteria and viruses including the flu and coronaviruses, it's a destroyer. These types of germs are protected by an outer layer made of lipids, which is basically a fatty membrane. Remember how the soap molecule's tail loves fats? Well, when these soap tails encounter this fatty membrane, they jam themselves into it, prying it apart like a crowbar. This completely dismantles the germ, causing it to fall apart and become inactive. It's a beautifully effective and brutal process. So, soap doesn't just move these germs, it literally destroys them. This is why the physical act of washing your hands is so important. You need to scrub for at least 20 seconds. That's about how long it takes to sing happy birthday twice. This scrubbing action creates friction, which helps lift the dirt and germs from your skin. It also gives the soap molecules enough time to find all the grime, form those micelles, and for the more destructive process to take place on any vulnerable germs. You need to make sure you get all the surfaces, the palms, the back of your hands, between your fingers, and under your fingernails. These are all prime hiding spots for germs. And the temperature of the water. You might be surprised to hear that it doesn't really matter for the effectiveness of the soap itself. Hot water might feel nicer and can help loosen grease a bit faster. But it's the soap and the scrubbing that are doing the heavy lifting. So, comfortable warm water is perfectly fine. The key is using soap and scrubbing thoroughly. What about hand sanitizer? Hand sanitizers with at least 60% alcohol are a good alternative when you can't get to a sink. The alcohol works in a similar way by destroying the outer layer of germs. However, sanitizers aren't as effective at removing physical dirt and grease. If your hands are visibly dirty, you really need soap and water to physically wash away the grime. Think of sanitizer as a great on-the-go option, but soap and water are the gold standard for clean hands. So, the next time you're standing at the sink, take a moment to appreciate the incredible chemical reaction you're initiating. You're not just going through the motions, you're deploying a microscopic army of dual personality molecules to trap, dismantle, and wash away unwanted guests from your skin. It's one of the simplest, yet most powerful things we can do to protect our health and the health of those around us. It's a little bit of chemistry magic that we get to perform every single day. Washing your hands is a fundamental act of self-care and community care. It's a small habit that has a huge impact. So, keep washing, keep scrubbing, and stay healthy. Thanks so much for watching and learning with us today. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the science of everyday life. See you in the next video.